Okay, as far as you know, my name is RoboSpy, and I'm here to start playing a new game. I should confess, actually, um, I did just now record a little bit playing this game, and I wanted to go into it with no spoilers and all that, so I hadn't tested that my video worked very well. I just looked back at that recording and the frame rate was super low, so I think basically my computer is too old to record a new game in 1080p. So, we're going to try 720p. I'm testing it now and it seems fine, so anyway, I sort of know at least the first 20 minutes or so of this game. But it's a newish game. I guess it's been out for a little while. It's new to me. Gone Home, which interested me because the premise is sort of mundane. And like I said at the beginning of my Papers, Please beta videos, I'm enamored somehow of these games that have seemingly mundane premises, because then the developer sort of has to work hard to make it interesting. You know, there's something interesting about it. I didn't think that Papers, Please, a game about immigration bureaucracy would be very interesting, but it was. It's a blast. Gone Home is a game about coming home to an empty house after being away for a while. Yeah, exciting. So we're gonna see how it's made to be exciting. What the developers did. I think my beard might be hitting the microphone. I apologize for that. So we're gonna see about that. Like I say, I have played the first 20 minutes or so because I just now wasted a bunch of time trying to record in 1080p. The game plays fine in 1080p, but it doesn't record very well. Anyway, so now we're going to do it in 720p. I'm just going to go ahead and start new game so that you can start off along with me. And hopefully the frame rate isn't like 5 like it was in the last thing I just recorded. So here we go. Yeah, I will. Yep, I'll overwrite it. That's fine. Typical controls, and we start. Okay.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really, seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
So that was us. That was our character. Coming home from Europe. That's how the game opens. That's it. Coming home from Europe. And it's the 90s, everybody. It is the 90s. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think this is getting cut off. Hold on a second. Hold on just a second. It readjusted my... Well, that was annoying. Anyway, so here we are. This is how we start. Got our bags. We're here, and we're here at this house. This is home. This is the front porch of home. It's just occurred to me, I don't know how we landed in weather like this, but anyway, our plane landed apparently. Let's see. Another thing that doesn't quite add up, if you've ever traveled from Europe, okay, the voiceover there said that the plane landed at midnight, right? And then the little card, title card there said that it's 1:15. I'm sorry, but you cannot make it through immigration, through customs, and then on a shuttle home in an hour and 15 minutes. Nope, cannot do it. So let's see. What is this? Hold right mouse to look closer. Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it is impossible. Please, please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone to know. We'll see each other someday. Again someday. Don't be worried. I love you, Sam. Sam. So the door is locked. And because I've played this part of the game, I know. Christmas duck! Oh, it's getting some light so you can take a look at this. I love this. I want something like this. It is Christmas season right now. I don't have a Christmas duck. I want a Christmas duck. I want one for $5.99. But I don't have a Christmas duck. There you go, Christmas duck. Be still. Alright. Good old Christmas duck. Alright, but what I want is this house key. So you can look at your, we can look in our inventory, our backpack. We can see our passport, our lovely 90s hairstyle there. Born 12th of December, 73. So let me see, it's now 95, so she's, math, she's some age, 22, 21, she will be 22 later this year. Alright, 95, alright. Boarding pass, apparently this is all you needed to get on a plane in the mid-90s. I don't know, I was like 9, so what do I know? And this is our house key. And we also have a map, and journals, something. Alright. But we're going to go in this house. Let's go in here. And this is our house. This is where our family lives. But something is amiss, right? Where are they? Ah! Ooh. So there's some things in drawers. Directions to work from new house. Travel time an hour and 10 minutes. Okay. Little notes in there. They already got a whole bunch of junk in the drawers, even though they just moved here. We know they just moved here because of these boxes. I'm sorry, I skipped ahead of myself. I knew that. You didn't. I'm sorry. I got 20 minutes worth of spoilers. I'm already spoiling it. But yeah, basically, okay. So you can see the family, the Greenbriers, have apparently just moved in to this house.
Dear Katie.
Oh.
So much has changed, even just since you've been away.
Oh, yeah?
We moved into this house.
Uh-huh.
I'm in a new school.
Oh, yeah.
And my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier.
Well, you know,
It doesn't
you
feel
do what you can.
real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal. Just like I was talking to you.
Well, somehow, you are talking to me. I don't know how I'm reading your journal, Sam, little sister Sam. That just popped into my head when I looked at this moving invoice here. But thanks for writing this mysterious journal in my head. And as for things not feeling real, it's the 90s. Nothing was real in the 90s, so you know, don't worry about it. We got a bathroom. I didn't look up here. What is up here? Towels. Toilet paper. Author magazine. Yeah, typewriters. Did people still use typewriters in the 90s? Really? I mean, I don't really remember. I'm an 80s kid. I was born in the 80s. And so grew up in the 90s, but I honestly, I don't really remember the 90s very well at all. Did people use typewriters in the 90s? I remember. I actually remember in middle school, I had a typing class. You know, which like for my generation was sort of pointless because by the time we were in middle school, kids in my generation, we knew how to type. I mean, whatever. We've been using computers since we were with tiny little babies, right? What was it? Janice Greenbrier, senior conservationist. That's our mom. Apparently working on the forestry service. Yeah. So the what was I just talking about? Oh yeah. We had this. We had a typing class in middle school, which was absurd. Um, and we did it on typewriters, right? This was middle school. This was like this was back in 2000, so it was really weird to be using a typewriter. I think it was the first and last time I've ever used a typewriter. Was in that class. We had to learn how to like put a paper in there and learn how to move the move it back so we could make a correction and all of that, and never use a typewriter again because why would I? What do we got here? But this is why it's important to type, because if you don't know how to type or you don't have a computer to print things for you, you got to write things out. And you write it out in cursive, and nobody can read cursive. It's impossible. You can't do it. It's scribbles. Can't read it. I mean, I can read it, but oh my god. The cursive's awful. I mean, everybody's cursive is awful. It's just like... It's like here. This is how to write in a way that nobody will be able to decipher. Okay, dear Jan, it's so good to hear from you again. All this new house business sounds like quite the adventure. Remember dorm room we shared freshman year. So this is my Jan, I suppose Janice. Jan, this is my mother's college roommate. Okay. We were miserable, fantasizing about our dream homes. I always said I wanted a mansion. You said you just wanted a house in the woods. Look who got both. Somebody up there likes you. I could use some of that magic. Send me some lotto numbers. I'll play them. Seriously. So, okay. It's at about this point in the game that you ought to realize something. So I said I didn't really know what I was in for this game. I don't know a whole lot about this game except that, yep, we're coming home to an empty house. It's also worth noting it's a mansion in the woods, and it's raining and thundering outside. So it's at about this point in the game that you might start to ask yourself, are we in a horror game? I don't know yet, but it certainly sort of seems that way. Empty house, flickering lights, mansion in the woods, thunderstorm, possibly a horror game. I don't like horror, but I'm gonna continue because I'm intrigued. Anyway, we continue reading this horrible scratching. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split level we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg, so she's in Canada. We just got new vinyl siding. Jealous yet? No. Vinyl siding? God. Let me know if you ever want to trade places. No thanks. Vinyl siding, man. So how are the girls doing? Has Katie left on her big European adventure yet? Speaking of jealous, right back soon. I miss you, Roomy. Carol. Little flower. Carol. Okay. So, there's that. A letter to my mother. Cabinets. This isn't really what I would do if I came home and the house was empty. I wouldn't just like start wandering around, opening all the drawers and doors and everything. I'd probably be saying things, like calling out for people, but, you know, I mean, video game logic, right? you're in a video game and you come into a building and there's a bunch of stuff to interact with. So what do? You click on everything. You look at everything. Timetable, worldwide timetable. Of course I'm going to look at it. Flight 881, 1210 to Amsterdam. Katie's departure. 7694. Oh, and today is, and I arrived back on 7695, so I've been gone for exactly 1 year. Okay. Let's see. You know, you open all the doors, right? You look at everything, you pick up every single object, because it's a video game and that's what you do. Pick up this crazy phone, crazy 90s phone. But of course I wouldn't do this if I came home. Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever have... Thunder! The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. Well, I have to say that's not very nice, but on the other hand, we've all been there. We've all hung out with a weird kid because he had, like, a Nintendo or a Sega or, you know, something, I don't know. Most of my friends were weird kids. Just listen to messages.
Sam.
Yep. No, I'm here now. Wait, no. No, I'm not.
Sam.
Wait. Sam. I'm calling for Sam. That's me, isn't it? Oh.
Sam, where are you?
Oh.
Really? I need to talk to you.
Oh. Was that me? What, or was that me? That's, that sounds like upset
Hi,
voice.
Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe.
No, that's a different voice.
It's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at
Sam.
But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have
Sam,
to...
Katie, Mom and Dad.
Really
Jan and Terry.
Okay, so love you. See you soon.
So that's me. Us. I mean, it's not me. I'm a 27-year-old man. That's a, I don't know, 22-year-old woman. This is Sam. Okay. Somebody else was calling for Sam and being very upset. Oh. Ominous glow at the end of the hallway. Great. Possibly in a horror game, remembering. New student. One sturdy folder with pockets. One line notebook per period. At least 6 pens. 6 pencils. Colored pencils. Colored pencils. Do kids still need colored pencils for school? I mean, really, I don't know. I remember we always had to have colored pencils. Like, even in high school, you had to have colored pencils for this and that. But I don't know. I mean, like, everybody's got iPads and J phones and all the rest of this, and K boxes and everything else. So I don't know. Everything's all digital. Do you need colored pencils? I have no idea. Combination lock, nutritious lunch, or $2.50 for lunch. $2.50. $2.50 for lunch. Is that how much lunch cost in the 90s? That's so cheap. That is so cheap, man. $2.50 buy you a soda. A positive attitude. Oh. So our sister has crossed everything out. She got all that. She didn't get a positive attitude. Come on, Sam. You gotta do better than that.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, It's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill.
That guy?
All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, pushing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. right?
Well, I mean... Wait, the Psycho House girl. Psycho House? We're definitely in a horror game. I wasn't paying enough attention to that. I thought that was like regular high school angst, but Psycho House girl? Weird ominous glow at the end of the hallway. Thunderstorm. Mansion in the woods. Oh, jeez. I don't like horror. What is this? Is this Sam? No, DeSoto? Army uniform. What is going on here? Alright. Close that. I was looking at this. Oscar Mason? I don't know. Oscar. He died. He attained his degree in pharmacy. His survivors include his nephew, Terrence Greenbrier. Terrence Greenbrier, right? Terry. Aha. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, no, wait a minute. Did I... Yeah. Huh. Okay. So my dad's uncle died or something? Sort of avoiding going into the room with the ominous glow. Ghosts in there, so I'm gonna close the door. Alright, what do we got? Highlighters. Sorry, I just heard like footsteps or something. Ugh. Okay, let's just go. What do we got? Nothing. I mean, really, this is a really like kind of neurotic thing to do when you get home. Like, yeah, don't like call out like, "Hey mom, hey dad, hey Sam, where you at?" Nope, just start wandering around the house, rummaging through all the doors. What? What is this? I got a piece of wood. Oh. Ah. Arbor Hill, Boone County, Oregon, Terrence Greenbrier. Okay. Boone County. Alright. Cursive. Handwriting. August 10, 1972. Why? Why do people write this way? Why cursive ever? I mean, handwriting can be legible. And then everybody goes and learns cursive. Alright. Dear Terrence, I write on what... Am I an idiot for not knowing how to read cursive well? I don't think so. I think everybody has trouble with it, right? Right? Yeah. I write on what I hope and imagine is a joyous occasion. News reaches me that you are newly married to a wonderful young woman. Okay. I have had more than a little time to consider my past and my family, and my thoughts have often lingered on your development and... Guys, cursive. And we are in welfare. Development and welfare in the 10 years since we last met. Oh, God. It's the hardest part of the game. Your marriage gives me much reassurance in this regard. You are always welcome on Arbor Hills. Something I will understand if you find you cannot, perhaps, maybe that's what that said, accept this invitation. Yours very sincerely, Oscar Masson. There's that creaking noise again. Again? I'm not British. Alright. Yours very sincerely, Oscar Mason. Okay, so our dad got a letter from his uncle in 1972 and saved it. And it's taped up. It's taped up! Now, okay, now wait a minute, that's interesting. So, what, my dad ripped it up at some point? Or somebody ripped it up at some point and then taped it back together, maybe? Is it ripped up, or is it just old and needed to be repaired? I can't really tell. Anyway. Okay. Well, that... Alright. So is this... This is my dead great-uncle's house, I guess. He died, and then my dad moved in? I guess. What is this? Pioneer CLD D703 combination laserdisc compact disc player. MSRP $1,000. Wow. For a laserdisc player. Yeah, those were popular for about 2 years. CU whatever, headphone, display, slow motion, blah blah blah. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but the sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD-CD player, you'd be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular... And then he didn't finish. So this is... something. I guess this is what, my dad's desk? So we figured, okay, so my mother works in the forestry service. My father, maybe that the author magazine and the bathroom belongs to my father. My father's a writer of Laserdisc reviews, I guess. All right. Oh, what is this? Early something. What if JFK wasn't JFK? What is this? JFK President USSR. Paradox result in JFK death being desired outcome. Magic bullet. Record JFK off HBO. Lone gunman. Grassy knoll. Who killed Marines? Intercept LHO and USSR. Why not disrupt tolerance? Oh, wait. Something to... For LHO can fire? Oh, Lee Harvey Oswald. Oh, state of emergency in Dallas. Cancels motorcade. JFK. Poisoned, kidnapped, injured. Back to basics. Sent back in time to Dallas, 1963 again. What is all this going on? JFK? It's 95, right? Okay. Oh. My father writes stupid reviews for stupid Laserdisc players that are going to be useless in 2 years, but he wants to write the great American novel about JFK time stream. JFK time travel novel? Good for him. Okay, well, I think about here I'm gonna call it an episode. I'm gonna keep on going though, to another episode. But we're gonna call this an episode here. So This was the first run through. We've just found ourselves in this house. It's a little bit spooky. I mean, I don't know, not really. There's just a thunderstorm, and I don't know. Nobody's here. I don't know. It's not really spooky. It's a little bit creepy that nobody's here, I have to say. But and there is an ominous glow at the end of the hall. But anyway, we'll pick up right where this leaves off in the next episode. Thanks for watching. And this, as far as you know, this has been RoboSpy. And bye.